Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. Big Brother 27 was supposed to be the season that restored the franchise's golden era magic, unexpected blindsides, strategic masterminds, and drama contained within the walls of the house. But it turned into something completely different. A season that was overshadowed by a scandal off-screen that was so messy, so public, and so shocking that fans started using the hashtag #BB before the live finale even aired. At the center of it all were former fan-favorite couple Morgan Pope and Vince Panaro, once a power pair who met during a pre-season CBS charity event 2 years earlier, fell in love in a whirlwind, married quickly, and then quietly began falling apart long before cameras turned on for BB27. However, no one, not even the most devoted live feed sleuths, anticipated what would transpire next. The divorce heard around the fandom. Morgan and Vince were said to be taking space, but neither spoke about it for months. Morgan entered the BB27 house with her usual charisma, her signature strategic sweetheart charm, and a noticeable lack of wedding ring. Fans noticed, of course. Fans always notice. But Morgan deflected with her classic smile. "Jewelry slows me down in comps," she joked during the premiere. Outside the house, Vince stayed quiet. Too quiet. Then, 3 weeks before finale night, TMZ dropped the bombshell. Morgan Pope files divorce from Vince Panaro, irreconcilable differences. The fandom exploded. Reddit crashed. Twitter melted. Facebook groups became full-scale battlegrounds. #Team Morgan posted threads defending her integrity. #Team Vince claimed she'd ruined his life. And casual fans of BB simply pleaded with CBS to remove the drama from the show. And then something truly wild happened. People started declaring they would boycott Big Brother 27 entirely. The sentiment spread across social media like wildfire. Why watch the show when the real drama is happening outside? Producers panic. Inside CBS headquarters, panic chewed through executive offices like termites. Viewership projections plummeted. Advertisers wanted answers. The network had planned to capitalize on Morgan's storyline to boost ratings, not to drown the season in real-life drama that nobody could ethically air. One producer, anonymously speaking to a blog, confessed, "We wanted messy, but we didn't want this." The problem, Morgan was still in the game, one of the frontrunners even. And now, journalists camped outside the studio, desperate for photos of her reaction when she eventually learned the full details. CBS tightened security. Non-essential crew were escorted by guards. NDAs were updated. Even the house guests sensed the tension, though they weren't allowed to talk about it. But they all knew. Everyone knew. Morgan breaks her silence. On finale night, minutes before the live show, Julie Chen Moonves approached Morgan privately. "Are you sure you want to do this?" Julie asked gently. Morgan nodded. The audience deserves honesty. When Julie read the pre-approved question card during the live interview, millions leaned forward. "Morgan, you've been in the center of major news this week. Is there anything you'd like to say?" Morgan took a steady, deep, and controlled breath. "I didn't want my personal life to overshadow this season. But since it's out there, yes, Vince and I are divorcing. And yes, he's filed a lawsuit against me." Gasps rippled through the studio audience. Morgan continued, her voice steady. "I won't discuss the details, but I will say this. I'm not afraid. The truth will come out, and I hope people remember that behind all the headlines, we're all human beings just trying to do our best." The crowd erupted in applause. Even Julie looked a little emotional. Poorly Vince's response. Within minutes, Vince posted a shaky Instagram live from what appeared to be the passenger seat of a car. He accused Morgan of lying. He insisted the lawsuit was just accountability. He claimed he supported BB until this season became The Morgan Pope Show. The comment section was a war zone. Some called him brave. He was called irrational by most. All agreed on one thing. This drama was bigger than BB27 itself, the season that fans refused to watch. Even as Morgan stood on stage during the finale, strong, composed, and glowing under the stage lights, #BB won't be watched still trended. Viewers felt cheated. They wanted Big Brother, not a televised divorce saga. Ratings for the finale were the lowest in 7 seasons. CBS issued a polite statement to express gratitude to fans for their support. But behind the scenes, executives privately agreed Big Brother 27 would forever be remembered for everything except the game. After the finale, Morgan, newly free from the house, walked into a world far louder than any diary room session. Paparazzi flashes, lawyer letters, podcast invitations, reality blogs begging for exclusive interviews. But through it all, she stayed calm. "Let the truth come out," she told reporters. "I have nothing to hide." Meanwhile, Vince continued posting cryptic messages, legal updates, and emotional rants. His fan base shrank. His reputation cracked. And people noticed a pattern. Morgan rose above. Vince spiraled. The story isn't over. The lawsuit would drag on. The divorce would get messier. The fandom would stay divided. And CBS? They quietly began planning BB28 with a strict new rule. No more casting married couples, exes, or anyone with a pending lawsuit. For the first time in franchise history, the off-screen storyline had overshadowed the show itself, and fans would be talking about Morgan Pope and Vince Panaro's OMG drama
After several
for years.
disappointing seasons, Big Brother 27 was supposed to be a redemption season with new twists, new cast members, and a promise to bring back the true essence. Fans were cautiously optimistic. The initial marketing buzz was strong, but what actually stole the season had nothing to do with gameplay, twists, or showmances. The real drama happened outside the house, in the real world, between two of the show's most recognizable former contestants, Morgan Pope and Vince Panaro. They were once adored, inseparable, and referred to by fans as BB royalty. However, they became the subject of a scandal that was so shocking that viewers openly declared that they would not watch BB27. It all began quietly, just hints, whispers, subtle clues. But by mid-season, the situation had spiraled so hard that even CBS executives reportedly muttered, "This season is cursed." The cracks before the cameras. Morgan Pope entered the Big Brother 27 house as a returning player, a twist hyped by Julie Chen herself as iconic. She looked radiant on premiere night, waving at the crowd, blowing kisses, laughing with the effortless charm that got her America's favorite player during her original season. But viewers caught something immediately. No wedding ring. Morgan had married fellow alum Vince Panaro just 18 months earlier. Their wedding was televised on Paramount Plus as part of a special spin-off. Fans loved them. They were wholesome. They were chaotic in a fun way. They appeared constantly on social media. Vlogs, cooking videos, couple challenges, the whole brand. So when Morgan entered the house jewelry-free, fans started speculating. Theories floated. They're taking a break. She lost the ring. It's just game strategy. Something's wrong. Morgan dodged the question during her pre-game interview. She chuckled. "Let's just say this season will be full of surprises." In hindsight, nobody realized she meant that kind of surprise. Suddenly, Vince Panaro speaks up. By week 3, things outside the house took a dramatic turn. Vince Panaro posted a black screen Instagram story with white text. "I tried. Sometimes love isn't enough." Fans panicked. Rumors exploded. Was it about Morgan? A cryptic brand deal? A breakup with his barber? The next morning, TMZ answered the question. Morgan Pope files for divorce from Vince Panaro. Sources say it was bad for a long time. The fandom lost its collective mind. Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, all flooded with theories. Some sided with Morgan, some with Vince. Some insisted the story must be fake. CBS tried to bury the news to protect the season, but everyone was aware the wall yeller that changed everything. Fans of Big Brother know that a wall yeller is basically a chaotic tradition, but no wall yeller in the history of the show had ever yelled something that cracked an entire season in half. It happened on day 58. House guests were sunbathing when a voice from just beyond the studio gates screamed, "Morgan, Vince is taking you the cuts!" Gasps, screams, frozen faces. Morgan's head snapped up like she'd been electrocuted. "What did they say?" Ashley Hollis whispered. "Something about a lawsuit," she murmured, voice trembling. He wouldn't do that. The feeds cut immediately. The fandom went absolutely feral. Behind closed doors. When the feeds returned an hour later, Morgan was still missing. She had been in the diary room the entire time. Inside, she had been informed that Vince had addressed the divorce in public. He had indeed filed a civil lawsuit, and the lawsuit alleged defamation, financial misconduct, and breach of marital agreement. Morgan sobbed. "I didn't want it to get to this," she whispered. Meanwhile, inside the house, the dynamic shifted sharply. She was comforted by guests. Others suddenly tiptoed around her. The energy and the whole season changed. This was no longer a normal Big Brother storyline. It was a real-life breakup playing out in real time. The boycott begins. Even though CBS refused to make the divorce and lawsuit part of the show, fans did not want to keep watching. They felt the season was cursed, dark, uncomfortable. A hashtag started trending organically. Hashtag BB won't be watched. It picked up thousands of tweets in hours, then tens of thousands in a day. Then it hit 1 million impressions. Lessons learned. I love Morgan, but this is too much. Vince is going insane. This isn't Big Brother. This is a public meltdown. Protect Morgan at this point. Season 27 is unwatchable. Producers panicked. Advertisers panicked. Interviews were canceled. Live stream after shows were paused. And the fandom became sharply divided. Meanwhile, Morgan still had no idea how big this storm was becoming. Vince escalates. Vince Panaro went live on Instagram nearly every night. Fans screen-capped everything. He cried. He ranted. He said Morgan destroyed him. The lawsuit, he claimed, was in self-defense. He stated that people were unaware of the true story. At one point, he declared, "I will not stop until she apologizes publicly." This only made things worse. Public perception shifted heavily in Morgan's favor. Many called Vince's behavior obsessive, vengeful, or manipulative. But Vince didn't stop. He doubled down. He hired a PR team. He hired a second lawyer. He filed an additional complaint alleging emotional damages. Morgan's sister, watching the chaos, tweeted, "Morgan doesn't deserve this. Please be kind." The tweet went viral. The finale that broke the internet. On finale night, the entire fandom watched, not for the results, but for Morgan. Would she address the divorce? Would she confirm the lawsuit? Would she quit the show entirely? Julie Chen Moonves, visibly more serious than usual, sat across from Morgan during the post-eviction interview. "Morgan," Julie said softly, "your personal life has been in the headlines. You are not obligated to address anything. But is there anything you'd like to say?" Morgan inhaled slowly, holding her hands tightly. "Yes," she said. The crowd leaned in. The entire internet froze. She continued, "I filed for divorce because I had to. I took responsibility privately, and I wanted to do this quietly." However, Vince took a different route. Her voice wavered. "I won't speak on the lawsuit, but I will say this. The truth is on my side, and I hope that someday this stops being entertainment for people. It is my actual life." The entire internet froze. In a matter of moments, everyone was cheering for Morgan. Chapter 8. The Aftermath. The season ended, but the drama didn't. Morgan exited to a world on fire. Paparazzi swarmed her at the hotel. Lawyers greeted her with stacks of paperwork. Late-night hosts talked about the divorce. The podcasts begged for her perspective. Meanwhile, Vince continued spiraling online, posting cryptic quotes, implying conspiracies, and insisting Morgan had sabotaged her career. CBS released a professional but cold statement. "We respect the privacy of all former house guests and will not comment on ongoing legal matters." Translation: "We have no interest in this." The crucial moment. Morgan took a week off social media. When she finally returned, she posted a single photo. Her sitting on a balcony, sunset behind her, eyes tired but peaceful. Her caption? "Healing now." Fans flooded her comments with support. Vince, within minutes, posted a response on his story. "Must be nice to heal when you're the one who caused everything." The internet collectively groaned. Many finally unfollowed him. For the first time, the narrative shifted dramatically. Morgan, the survivor. Vince, the villain of the season he wasn't even on. The season history will never forget. On paper, Big Brother 27 will always be a season of strategic backstabs and unpredictability. But in the hearts of fans, BB27 will be remembered as the season fans refused to watch, the season overshadowed by a divorce, the season ruined by a lawsuit, the season where Morgan Pope faced the toughest battle of her life, one that had nothing to do with vetoes or votes. And for Vince Panaro, he became infamous